up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com, creator of That Red Bar, and partner in the Ambrosia Collective, and 015 Nutrition. Guys, real quick, I would like to give a shout out to the greatest shoe for training ever made, Rider Wear, okay? These are the Evos, all right? Now, what's so great about these is that this is my fourth pair. The second one's exactly like this. I actually wear these for boxing. Coupon code is Lobliner, riderwear.com, coupon code Lobliner, and you save a good amount of money. All right, guys, I'm a huge fan. I love these. I wear the clothes. I wear the shoes. These are the best lifting shoes ever created. Speaking of lifting, let's go into competition prep. Let's go into dieting. And this is a conversation topic I've had because a lot of people locally, shows are coming back. Okay, bodybuilding is coming back. There are shows all across the country, including in California, New Jersey, New York. COVID restrictions are easing. Fauci was shown to be a big fucking liar. Everything's going great. So people are competing. They're not wearing these silly ass masks, and everybody is getting ready for a show. Everybody locally at my local gym, Carbing Culture Gym, owned by Brent Laffey and Brandon Curry, everybody is getting ready for something. So that means the topic of carbing up and peaking for a show comes up quite often. And this is a age-old question. What is the best carbohydrate for carbing up? Now, I have my own Carb Up, which I've actually used with many clients. Now, it varies based on the client, their size, how many calories or carbohydrate they can consume before spilling over or feeling sick or whatever. But the question for today, which carbohydrate is better for carb loading? White rice or sweet potato? I know, Mark, there's a lot of better pending issues in the world, like pandemics, Israel, Palestine, a lot of things. That doesn't mean life doesn't stop. That doesn't mean we can't talk about our hobbies, our goals, our gains. That doesn't mean we can't have fun. That doesn't mean we can't talk about stupid shit like competing, meaningless shit like competing, like me getting on stage or all the guys at Carbon Culture getting on stage will not change the trajectory of the world, but it will serve a purpose in our lives. So that's why we will keep talking about this no matter. The world could be burning down around us. At the end of the day, we still be training. We will still be making gains. Okay. So here's my opinion. Now, if you look at how many carbs are in a portion of sweet potato versus white rice, sweet potato are very dense. 8 ounces of sweet potato is around 60 grams of carbs. 60 grams of carbs from white rice is around 1.25 cup. And if you spread that out, it is a massive amount of white rice. And also, if you notice, like I know it's uncooked. If you want to dry out an iPhone, like if your phone has moisture in it, you literally put it in a bucket of rice and it dries it. It attracts the water. I've always found that if I eat a lot of rice, that I get a bit bloated. However, with sweet potato, it's so dense with carbohydrates, so nutrient dense that you eat very little to get very much carbohydrate. Again, 8 ounces is around 60 grams of carbohydrate. Another thing about sweet potatoes, a lot of times you deplete water before a show. Sweet potato naturally contains a good amount of water, whereas white rice doesn't. So you might be like, well, I'm trying to cut water. What's the purpose? Well, there's another thing. When you're cutting water or you're extremely lean, electrolytes are key. In a serving of sweet potato, which is, let's say, 8 ounces, you have upwards of over 500 milligrams of potassium. To put that in perspective, if you took that in pill form, it would probably run the risk of stopping your heart. Yes, overdosing on potassium can cause great issues like that. However, if eaten in food form like sweet potatoes, it doesn't have that effect. So not only do you have the naturally occurring water within the sweet potato, but you have the naturally occurring vitamin the naturally occurring vitamins and potassium, which is an electrolyte which will help your body run through that water, basically process the fluids within your body and prevent dehydration and cramping. Cramping is another issue. Another thing is basically white rice is enriched, meaning that they infuse it with vitamins and minerals, whatever, hence enriched white rice. However, sweet potato with its bright, colorful orange hue is full of micronutrients that help you, including vitamin C and, of course, all those other wonderful antioxidant-rich vitamins and minerals found in sweet potatoes. The benefit of white rice is that it lacks any fiber. That can also be a detriment because while we don't want too much fiber, we want enough fiber so that we can poop the day before and the morning of the show. Constipation is a bitch. I do suggest getting fiber. The beautiful thing about sweet potato, if you remove the skin has a lot of fiber. So take the skin off and you still have that naturally occurring fiber within the flesh of this wonderful, wonderful vegetable, right? So, in my opinion, unless you have a food allergy or you are sensitive to sweet potatoes, a sweet potato is a superior carb source for carb loading for a show. However, the caveat is, if your coach believes in white rice and gets great results from white rice, do what the fuck your coach says. Nothing upsets me more as a coach. Again, my coaching is at marklobliner.com, marklobliner.com. Nothing upsets me more than when I give somebody a well thought out, well calculated program and they go ask another coach what they think about my program. I refuse to answer this unless somebody's trying to kill somebody. Like I had a client come to me the other day and their previous coach, his kid weighs around 150 pounds, had him doing a cycle that most Olympians would fucking gasp over. That's when I'll step in and say something. Generally, if you're talking about white rice versus sweet potato, I'll tell you to listen to the guy you paid. And also, if you're not paying me, I'm probably not going to give you free advice because, hey, capitalism, bitch. So that's my opinion on that. Now, my carb load lately, what I've done, actually, when I guest posed in Akron, Ohio, was it Akron? In Toledo, Ohio. When I guest posed at the Battle at the Border, I actually experienced, so for carb loading, I'm not worried about protein. My old carb load used to be sweet potatoes, minimal protein, like 2 to 3 ounces of meat, chicken or whatever, or beef, and then fat. So basically I'd have sweet potato, peanut butter or almond butter, and I'd have a slight amount of protein. So how do I mimic the micronutrients of that while getting some protein, the macronutrients of that, getting some protein and fat? What my last carb load was, and honey also fills out the liver glycogen, so your body's able to replenish your body's glycogen needs. Honestly, what I did is I carbed up with sweet potatoes and outright bars, and honestly, I thought I filled out and looked better than ever. So what I did is 6 meals a day, and I ate an outright bar, all 6 meals. So every meal I'd have an outright bar, and then I'd add sweet potato to fill in more carbohydrate. So for me, that was 8 to 16 ounces of sweet potato along with my outright bar. And I ate it cold. And one thing I did, and you guys might want to try this just if you're trying to, is I'd take an outright bar, right? And I'd have a cooked sweet potato, and I'd put the outright bar in the sweet potato, and I'd open it, cut it open, put it in there, and then heat up the sweet potato and the outright bar in the middle. Now, that was delicious. So that's what I do. I'm not saying do that, but basically it worked for me, and I have clients do it, and they have great results on it. But generally speaking, if someone's lean enough, you give them protein and you give them carbs and fat, they're going to fill out quite nicely. Another thing I wouldn't do, just another caveat, in addition to the potassium in the sweet potato, don't fuck with salt. Make sure you get enough sodium in your carb load. Make sure on the day of the show you get your sodium. A lot of people take sodium out, and I'm not going to say that's right or wrong, and they never put it back in. If you've ever tried to get a pump without sodium or electrolytes in your diet, you understand it's nearly impossible. So on that note, make sure to get your electrolytes. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Marc Lobliner. Be sure to support us at tigerfitness.com. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. That's not a game. Power Pizza. I gotta admit, I'm one of those guys who said, if you're gonna eat pizza, eat real pizza. But Flex Pro Meals has not done me wrong. 20 carbs, 55 protein, 30 fat for y'all keto types. I'm gonna throw it in the microwave and we're gonna try this bad boy out. Flexing with the microwave, y'all. I'm ready to try it. It smells good. I wish y'all could smell this, but unfortunately, you know, my boy Steve Jobs died before he could figure that function out on the iPhone. So here comes the dog. Ruckus, I would like some of that cauliflower pizza. I'll try. I'll be a taste tester. All right, here he goes. That was him talking, by the way. I'm not weird. Look, it's actually cut into little pieces. So what we're gonna do is, I don't want to burn my mouth, so we're gonna pause this. I'm gonna come back to you in about 2 minutes. This actually, I have this nifty little spatula. Look how perfect, it was made for this. So here we go. So I'm gonna try this, all right? So look, it actually resembles a pizza. And it actually holds like a pizza. Oh my God. They actually did it. They made a low-carb pizza. This is amazing, guys. Anyway, flexpromeals.com. Coupon code Lobliner saves you some cash. And try this pizza. This is good.